Hey there, sports fans. Welcome back to Turnin Two. I'm your host, Mike Smith. 2017 is here, and we're getting ready for another great season in the MABL. And I'm coming to you today live from the first winter meeting of the year in Long Island City, where a bunch of managers and players are here just to kind of get a lay of the land for the upcoming season. Saw a lot of familiar faces today, a couple guys we've been playing against for the last decade or so, and saw some new faces too. It looks like there's some interest in the league, a couple teams coming in from different places. So it was kind of good to get all of that together in one room and just start talking baseball again because I know the winter is long enough without it. You know, obviously being the first meeting of the year, specifics were light in regards to, scheduling and stuff like that, because obviously, you got to see who's on board before you start pulling all that stuff out. But we had some good discussions. We talked about clearing up the EHDH rule, talked about some fields that we're trying to get for the upcoming year. So I think it was a productive meeting. And the meeting also gave me the chance to, for the first time ever, do on-location podcasting, and had a couple guys stop by, answer a couple questions to talk about their teams and their vision for the league. So a little bit later, we'll be talking with Michael Cadena, who's helping out with the Mustangs this year. We'll also be talking to my friend Chris Verona, who was finally on the podcast after, give me a hard time for the last couple of years. But, as you know, Verona's Indians team won the fall ball, and they've retooled, and, they're looking for some success in the spring and summer this year. But before we do any of that, I want to bring on Mike Darling from the Beers. Mike had an interesting idea during the meeting in terms of stuff that we can do to make the website better, and also produce a little more content, video content for, our social media platforms, which I think is a tremendous idea. So Mike, just kind of take us through what you were thinking here.
Yeah, basically it's would be a video editing contest that would involve participation from all the teams. We got every team kind of taking videos every week, little clips here and there, highlights. So the idea is to get a central repository where we could upload all of those clips, and then to those of us who are in the video editing hobby, we could take those clips and turn them into something that the league could use for publicity, or just something fun, music video or highlight film, and maybe get a prize from the league.
So basically, how did you come up with the idea? What was the because I know that you guys shoot a lot of video, but when did you start thinking about this?
Basically I just was trying to do some highlight weekly summaries from last year, and realized that there wasn't really enough footage to put something together, and also that it would be nice to get enough representation from all the teams to be able to have more of a league video rather than individual team videos. And then there are some people in the league who dabble with this, and it would be good to see what they could come up with, given the footage.
Now, how much video do you guys shoot generally, just, for your team, per game? Because I know that you have the camera out there a lot.
Yeah, mostly we're watching the game, so video is definitely secondary, of course. But, we'll get some at-bats to study our swings and whatnot, and once in a while we'll capture something worth watching and try to put it together in a way that looks nice.
Now, I know that, we sort of talked about what the prize might be, but what did you have in mind? Just kind of to start things off anyway, what were you thinking?
Well, I think one of the definite prizes will be the recognition of winning the contest, and I'm sure that will be featured heavily on the league's website, and kind of it'll do good to promote the league as well. And then hopefully the league will be able to provide some sort of other prize, whether it be monetary or whatever.
All right, great. And just in terms of the beers this year, how are you guys looking in terms of bringing back? Because I know that you guys have been at this for a while.
Yeah, we always try to keep the core, and we've done that actually probably for the last 10 years. The core, of course, changes, but we're going to attempt the same. Everyone who plays with the Beers is always welcome on the next team, so they get first dibs, and then we'll see what holes are missing, and fill those holes.
So that was Mike Darling from the Beers, and we'd been talking about the whole online video thing for a while. So I think what we're going to wind up doing over the next few weeks is creating that central location, probably using the Gmail that's attached to this YouTube account, which is mablvideo@gmail.com. And what we'll do is set up a Google Drive where teams can submit, any videos they might shoot on a given week, and they'll be all collected there, and people can go in and use them and kind of, mash them up and put them together. And I think it's going to be a fun process for the league, and I think that we can probably get some real good videos out of it. So as we get a better idea of what exactly we're going to be doing, I'm sure you'll hear from Mike Darling and myself, and we'll try to get this off the ground. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk to some of the teams who are coming back this year. All right, now I'm here with Chris Verona from the Indians. Now, you guys won the fall ball championship. How did the Indians come together? How many of those guys were Panthers last year?
Mostly the same crew that's been with me for more than, I'd say, 7-8 years. But a good core of them came on the team for the Indians with me. But we also got a little younger, got a couple new guys that really helped us out.
Well, we were kind of talking about this on text. We are some of the elder statesmen in the league here. We've been at this for a while. How important is it getting younger and getting those guys who can, play doubleheader and run a little bit better than we can?
It's very important because, like you said, we're the old guys, but, it's good to have young, new core group of guys that fit in good with the old teams. No superstars and all that, but you always good look for good characters and stuff like that,
I know that you guys last year missed the playoffs with the Panthers, but it was like every game was 1 run, 2 runs.
It definitely was.
Winning the fall ball championship for those guys, how big was that for you guys moving forward in terms of, just getting guys pumped to come back this spring?
It was very big because, last season was not a good one, but, we finished strong. And like you said, we was in a lot of games. We lost by 1 or 2 runs. And then when we won the fall, now everybody's hitting us up to come play. Like, it's crazy. The day that we won it, people was hitting us up already,
Now, I know that you guys had a pretty big contingent of Indians here today. What does it look like in terms of who's running the team, who's the manager? Have you guys figured that out yet?
Well, there's 4 of us controlling the team. That's myself, Mato, Manny, and Jose. We all have our roles. It's better to have 4 or 3 guys, controlling the team than just one. It's kind of hard, because we've both done this for a couple years. So it's better to have help than just one person controlling the team.
Now, what are you guys looking like in terms of uniforms? Are you using the same uniforms you guys used in the fall? Are you getting new ones? Because I know Moro's a guy who likes his swag there.
Yeah, definitely. You got to look good to play good, baby. But we're going to keep the dry fit one. That's one. And then we're going to get a red one, a red jersey because it's buttoned down. But we'll have 2 uniforms.
And in terms of, they were saying that Elm Jack is going to be kind of a problem this year with the Port Authority and everything like that.
We'll probably lose the Babe Ruth, but we're going to be using the alternate field. And we've done a lot of work on that field, so it's pretty much almost the same, if not better, infield than Babe Ruth. But we should be good there.
And just in terms of what you guys have been doing this winter, have you started working out yet, or?
We're about to go. We have a BP session now from 4 to 6. We started last week. It was a good turnout. As long as you get like 10, 12 guys in January, that's perfect.
All right, man. Well, Chris, thanks a lot for coming on, and can't wait to see you guys out there this year.
Thank you, Mike. Finally made it.
And finally today I'm going to be joined by Mike Cadena, who is the representative from the New York Mustangs today. You guys probably remember Mike from his time with the Cubs, but now he's switching it up, joining that Mustangs group. What were those early discussions like in terms of you stepping in and helping Eric out?
Pretty much he wanted me to come through and help the team out with him and the leadership, try and repeat what we did it with the Cubs when we were here. We were first place team for a little bit, but things started to fall out towards the end of the season, so we ended up around 4th place or so. Lost against the Tigers and got eliminated, but trying to make it there to the championships. Hopefully, beat the Rockies. They're on like 30-year streak or something.
Well, it's been a hell of a run for the Rockies. In terms of stepping in and getting things off the ground this year. When did you guys start, figuring out who was going to be on the team, reaching out to players, stuff like that?
Well, Eric's been doing that. I just came on last week, so we just started talking. He has a good set of guys. The guys he has right now, they look very, very good. They look sharp. They're talented. So hopefully, we take it from there.
In terms of off-season training, has Eric had the guys in the gym, or are you guys starting that up, this month, just getting ready for the season?
Well, today's our third practice with the team, so right now working on getting a set gym where we can have constant access to, so they could get full training, regards to hitting, pitching, weights, and calisthenics.
All right, yeah, and just in terms of what you're looking for this season, I know last year we played the Mustangs in that one game playing. It was a dubious call at the end to that eliminated you guys. Is that something that you guys have talked about in terms of motivation for the upcoming season?
Of course. We just trying to the ultimate goal at the end is to win a championship. So that's the goal. That's always been the goal. So we're gonna train hard and hopefully we'll take the whole thing.
All right, Mike. Thanks a lot for hopping on, and I can't wait to see you out on the field. All right, so that's going to just about do it for us today. I want to thank my guests, Mike Darling, Mike Cadena, and Chris Verona for hopping on the podcast and talking a little baseball with me. You definitely get the sense from talking to these guys and being at the meeting today that everyone is just ready for this season to start, ready for the good weather to get here. And who knows, maybe somebody will finally knock off the Rockies this year, but I think if you ask those guys, they feel like they've got a pretty good handle on things. So again, best of luck to all the teams who are either coming back or joining MABL for the first time. Can't wait to see you guys out on the field this year. As we get more information about the the video challenge coming up with prize and all that, I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. And right now, it's just about time for my mud hens to get our old asses off the couch and maybe start taking some swings and stuff. But we're older guys, so we start a little bit later. We gotta save our bullets. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back sporadically before the season starts, and then we'll try and have about one podcast a month for once the season starts to kind of keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening in the league. So until next time, hope everybody enjoys their winter, enjoys their early season sessions, and I'll see you guys out there pretty soon.